Okay, so on these examples, we are seeing if they are a right triangle. And the way we do that is we see if c squared equals a squared plus b squared. We know that the c value is our longest side. So we have our longest side being what value in this picture?
13.
Yep, so we have 13 squared equals 12 squared plus 5 squared. When we perform these operations of squaring them, we see that 13 squared is what value? 169 equals 144 plus 25. We combine our terms on our right hand side of our equation. When we add 144 and 25, what value do we get? Say it one. 169. So we see that these are true. So we're able to say this is a right triangle. Okay, our next one, we again have to perform those same operations. So your longest side is going to be your C. What value is your longest side?
10.
It's 10. So C is going to be 10 squared equals 8 squared plus 9 squared. Again, we're just using that Pythagorean theorem to verify. So 10 squared is? 8 squared is? And 9 squared is? 64 plus 81 gives me what value? Say it one more time. 145. Do you guys agree?
Yes.
Why do I always say every time? 145.
145. So they're not equal. So we cannot say it's a right triangle, so it's not a right triangle. Therefore, it is not a right triangle. So reminder, to the three little dots, that stands for therefore. So I don't know if we ever talked about that shorthand recently, but we used it earlier in the year. Yes, ma'am?
We gotta write that out.
You need to tell me yes. Because I need to know the interpretation of what you just found. Do we need another second on this slide? So now we are going to use those same facts. So if you'd like to take a second and try it on your own.
So 37 squared equals 35 squared plus 12 squared. So 1,279 equals 1,225 plus. Are you okay? 144.
Like that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That equals 1/3. Yeah, that.
And then was the right-hand side equal?
1,369.
Do you guys agree with Mario's work? No? So where do you feel like there's an error?
37 times 37 is 1379.
It's 1379?
Yep. Yeah, 1369.
So-
He supposed to put a 3 instead of a 2.
So here this should be 1369?
Mm-hmm.
In all fairness, he's doing without a calculator. So we have 1369 equals 1369. Is this true? Let's continue. He did a nice job. So 1369 equals 1369. What does this tell us? It is a right triangle. Okay, our next one, we're going to keep going. And we see that our C value is what? Reggie?
Huh?
Oh, I thought you'd hand up. What's our C value?
Which one is C? I forgot.
C is your longest side.
So 20.
C 20.
Oh, so 20 to the 20 squared equals 17 squared plus 17 squared.
Okay, 20 squared is 400. What is 17 squared?
I don't know. It was 570.
It's what? 289 plus 289. When we add those together, what do we get?
578.
578. You guys agree? Are those equal?
No.
No. Therefore, it is not what? Yep. Okay, and our last one. Yeah, Raya, you ready? See, 30 squared equals
24 squared plus 18 squared.
okay. What's 30 squared?
900 equals 576.
576 plus 324.
900 equals
900 equals 900. Therefore, it is what?
900.
It is right. Okay, these are our three like this. So we are using that Pythagorean theorem. And if it verifies, then we know it's a right triangle. Do you guys have any questions on these three? Yeah, Randall? So this is what you guys took yesterday. Again, I'm just going to highlight the important parts. Again, you had it yesterday. So we're looking at comparing c squared and a squared plus b squared. So if c squared is less than a squared plus b squared, we see it's acute. If c squared equals a squared plus b squared, we see it's right. And if c squared is greater than a squared plus b squared, we see it's obtuse. So you guys had this yesterday. I just wanted to remind you. Our next page is just going to be classifying those triangles, showing that the first one is acute and the second one's obtuse. And so the way we're going to do this, remember that C is going to be your longest side. So our longest side in the first one is what value? This is the notes at the bottom of the chart. So it says example 3 right here at the very bottom. Okay, so which one is our longest side? It's 7. So we have 7. Whoops. Let's go back to pen. So we have 7 squared. We don't know if it's less than, greater than, or equal to, so I put a box. I'm going to make that decision when I'm done. And then we put in the a squared and b squared. Again, that order doesn't matter because we're adding them together. So we have 5 squared plus 6 squared. So 7 squared is 49. Because we don't know yet if it's equal to, greater than, or less than. So I put a box in. And so we have 49. I keep my box until we make that decision. And then I have 25 plus 36. Over here I have 49, box, 25 plus 36. 61? 51? I'm agree with 61. So with the 61, is 49 less than, greater than, or equal to 61? Yep, so we're going to put in our less than sign. So right now we see that c squared is less than a squared plus b squared. So what type of triangle is this? Therefore, it's acute. And we showed that it was acute by doing our math. And by showing this step here, we're able to show it. So our next one, we want to show that it is obtuse. So we're going through the same process. Our c squared is what value? What's our c? 16. Is 16 the biggest side?
18.
Nope. So 18 is our biggest side, so it's our c. So 18 squared. I don't know what goes in my box yet. 3 squared plus 16 squared. 18 squared. $324. Keep my box. 3 squared is, and 16 squared. Say it one more time, Raya. 256. Okay, we have 325, or no, 324. Box, 9 plus 256. 265. Okay. Is 324 less than, greater than, or equal to 265? It's greater than. When we have c squared being greater than a squared plus b squared, what do we know? Therefore, it is obtuse. Okay, Niqua, you ready?
Do it matter which order you put them in?
So the biggest side has to be your C. So what's your biggest side?
20. 20 squared plus
So C is going to be that 20. 20 squared equals
18 squared
18 squared
plus 14
plus 14
squared.
squared. 20 squared is what value?
400.
400. 18 squared. Someone want to help her out? 324. 14 squared. 196.
What are we doing, a box?
Oh, you are 100% correct. Thank you. Those should be boxes. I apologize, guys. We just had that pause. Okay, so now we have 400. We got a little box. We had 324 plus 196. What value do we get? 520. Okay. Is 400 less than, equal to, or greater than 520? It's less than. When C squared is less than A squared plus B squared, what type of triangle it is? Therefore, it's acute. Acute. Okay? And then we have number 5. It wants us to show that it's obtuse. So we still got to go through those steps. So who feels like they can handle this one?
Me? I ain't gonna do the math, but I can do the
So you guys want to tag team it?
Yeah.
Okay, so you want to get started? Which is your C?
29 squared.
29 squared.
Box.
Box.
20 squared.
20 squared.
Plus 11 squared.
Plus 11 squared. So Raya, 29 squared.
841.
Say it one more time.
841.
841. Box. 400 plus 121. 841. Box. 521. So is 841 greater than, equal to, or less than 521? It's greater than. When it C squared is greater than A squared plus B squared, what kind of triangle is it? It is obtuse.
Alright, do we have to write that or can we just write obtuse?
I would like you to tell me it is obtuse. You can even use a symbol.
What is that symbol?
It's a triangle.
Say show that the triangle is obtuse, why you gotta write it?
Because I want you to show it, so now that you've shown it, you need to make that conclusion. So based on this fact, what do you know? So it's just one last step telling you for sure what you know. Okay, these are our last 3 examples. So our last 3 examples are just numbers. Do we have triangles?
No.
Do we need a triangle? You can make one if you'd like one, but you do not need one. Because what do we know? The C value is going to be what?
15.
The biggest number. So the only one we really have to know is that C value. So we're going to again be looking for, give me a second, switch pages. I know. Okay, so our C value, I'm trying. There we go.
This new technology.
We got it. Okay, so our C value is going to be our biggest number, so that has to be that 15. So now we have 15 squared. Box, because we're trying to decide if it is acute, obtuse, or right. 12 squared plus 9 squared. That order doesn't matter, right? We don't care which one's A and which one's B because we're adding them. So the only one that matters is that C, and it has to be separated to that C squared. So 15 squared is what value? 225? Okay. We have 225. We have a box. 12 squared is 144. And we have 9 squared, which is 81. We're going to add the right-hand side of our equation. 225. So we see these are equal. When they are equal, what do we know? It's a right triangle. Our next one, again, we're doing the exact same setup, but now we're trying to see what this one is. So our biggest side is C. Which one is our biggest? 24 squared, box, 13 squared plus 19 squared. 24 squared is what? 576? Box 13 squared, 169. And 19 squared, 361. We're going to combine our right side. When we combine 169 plus 361, what value do we get? 500? 530? Okay, is 576 greater than, less than, or equal to 530? It's greater than. So when we see that c squared is bigger, we know that it is obtuse. Okay, last but not least, our biggest number here is what value? So we have 28 squared equals 20 squared. Thank you. It's just a good habit. Okay, box. Okay, 28 squared is?
Huh?
784? So we have 784. We have 400, and what's 26 squared? 676. We add our right-hand side of the equation. 1076. Is 784 greater than, less than, or equal to? It's less than. When it's less than, what do we know? Okay, so this has been a 2-day lesson. So yesterday, we talked about if we have a triangle that satisfies a squared plus b squared equals c squared, then it's going to be a right triangle. And so that was our first half of the examples. The second half, which is what we're doing right now, we're looking at the fact that we have c squared and we're comparing it to a squared plus b squared. So we know if it's equal, it's what type of triangle?
Right.
So c squared is less than a squared plus b squared, it's, and if it's greater than, it's obtuse.
Yeah, that's it.